Welcome back to the Sooner Surge for another signing day special. This time it's Andy Bass, 3-star athlete out of Heritage Hall, Oklahoma, signed, sealed, delivered, officially a Sooner. One of the most underrated players in this class from Heritage Hall. If he played in pretty much any other state, he would probably be a 4, if not 5-star recruit with just how versatile he is at Heritage Hall. Nearly won back-to-back state championships before a brutal injury in the third quarter of the state championship game this past month ended his high school career.
Yeah, I tell you, the injury that definitely sucks. But if he returns and returns fully, you mentioned it, Hunter. The versatility that he offers and brings is going to be something that a lot of guys cannot bring. And is he going to play quarterback? Is he going to play H back? There's been some since he committed. Sooner fans have been trying to pencil him in somewhere in the lineup. But the fact of the matter is, we don't need to be doing that yet. He gets on campus. We'll see what he looks like. The coaches will see what he looks like. But all we know is he can run, he can throw, he can carry people. He does it all. I love Andy Bass and just how he plays the game, guys.
Yeah, you look at Heritage Hall, like they always have guys that are under the radar, right? I mean, you can go back to Freeman, Wes Welker, I believe. Was Wes Welker there? Maybe at Heritage Hall? Yeah. And so guys under the radar. And you're right. Where is he going to play? That's the question. And like Jeremy said, we don't need to jump to conclusions right now. Just when you have a guy that's athletic, and if he was on Big Speed, Jinx, Union, or whatever, the guy would have been way higher rated. That's just my opinion. I think his speed, if you've seen it in person, and you have, Hunter, is
I've seen it a lot.
Crazy speed for a guy his size. And it's like, I don't know what he runs the 40, but it's super fast, Hunter.
Yeah, I believe he says he's faster than Gavin Freeman. They were on the same track for one semester. They never got to play football together because when Andy moved in to Heritage Hall, he had to sit out the season that first year, the only year that they would have been able to play together. But he should be the Oklahoma Gatorade Player of the Year once that's announced sometime soon. Be shocked if he isn't. I mean, just looking at his stats, he threw for 3,100 yards, 66% completion percentage, 35 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. That's just in the air. Also on the ground, 1,478 yards rushing, 10.7 yards per carry, 30 touchdowns. Oh, and he also caught one reception, 71 yards, touchdown. Just all around playmaker. First game of the year, they took on Millwood. Heritage Hall won the 3A state championship last year. Millwood, I believe, was the runner-up last year. They were also the runner-up this year. So two of the best teams in the state going head-to-head. You have Andy Bass on Heritage Hall. You also have Jaden Nickens, Sooner commit in the 25 class at Millwood. And he just put on a show. I think he had 6 touchdowns that game. One of them, he ran in like for a 90-yard touchdown run. It got called back because of a penalty. So the next play, he just throws like 50-yard in the air bomb to Jordan Harris. It was like an 89-yard touchdown pass the next play. It's just, he's an all-around superstar. Like, he's the guy, you want the ball in his hands. I mean, I know it's talked about a lot in basketball, like a guy going to go get you a bucket. If that's kind of translated to football, it's Andy Bass. Just how he's always finding the open receiver. He's always making the right read. I mean, 2 interceptions on the year, that's it. And you also have 3,100 yards passing with that. And then just with his legs, too. I mean, he's able to just take off and really make defenses pay, even if they think they can shut him down in the passing game by locking up his targets for the play. He has a chance of taking anything to the house just by running it in.
What's his size? His height, because listen, a lot of people automatically make the comparison.
5'11".
Okay? A lot of people make the comparison automatically to Klein from Kansas State. I've heard Will Howard. I think there could be a little bit of a comparison to a Bo Nix, but as far as running ability, I think he's probably even better than that. Josh Allen, of course, has major size height-wise, but I do think I do what I'm saying about all those. Okay, when you talk about the guys I mentioned outside of Nix and Allen, when I mentioned Howard and Klein, I think Andy Bass's air attack is way under talked about. He throws a tight spiral. He can spin the ball, but people, if you hear people talk, sometimes they're like, I don't know that he'll be a quarterback. He very well may be a quarterback, guys. The numbers you just read are insane. Now, I don't know if he will, but I'm just saying his passing is underappreciated. That's all I'm trying to say.
I agree his passing is underappreciated, but he's not going to play quarterback at Oklahoma. I mean, I'm just telling you, I don't think that's happening. And Seth Luttrell, great. He's going to be great. But I tell you what you could do is you put a Wildcat package in with him, he will run the Wildcat unbelievably. And just if he gets a seam on that, he's gone up the middle. He can throw out of it. So I think you could see something like that, but not all around quarterback for the Sooners. But he is a weapon you could use there in certain situations, maybe red zone, different things. But also, he's a guy, if you need him at running back, a guy, I mean, he's going to do a lot. And we talked about with some other recruits, special teams. He is probably going to be, I could see him being really good on that too.
Yeah, I understand everything Jerm's saying. Like, you watch him play, yes, he's undersized, but you watch him and it's like, this guy's good enough to be a college quarterback, regardless that he's 5'11", 5'10", whatever his true official height is, undersized. He's good enough to do it. He makes the reads. Like, he has a cannon of an arm. Like, really, he's able to put the ball on the money every single time, very consistent, very few errors, and then is also able to run with it as well. So, and again, I get what Jerm's saying. Now, that's not going to be the case. They also have Brendan Zerberg as their second quarterback in this class. Zerberg, 6'3", so, I mean, has a more favorable of a frame than Andy Bass. But like Jay mentioned, that's certainly a possibility. Those kind of Wildcat, kind of an Andy Bass package, if you want to call it, like a jump deal, quarterback power, stuff like that. I think he will be used in many, many ways at OU.
Yeah, and I'm going to take a page out of one of the greatest movie series in the history of movies, Toy Story. Sooner fans, Andy's coming.
Hey, that was nice, Jay. And think of all the cool nickname packages with a guy named Bass, Andy Bass. There could be some cool names for that package. We do know that he's a Sooner. He's signed, he's sealed, he's delivered, and he'll probably deliver for years to come. And the other thing, if you haven't checked out, we did have Andy Bass on the Sooner Surge before committing. If you want to see that, check that out. His attitude is awesome. Just how he talks and carries himself. Great interview. Can't wait to see him in Norman. Make sure you're subscribed to the Sooner Surge. Till next time, Boomer.
Sooner.